Welcome back to AM Buffalo. All this morning we have been having really great conversations about support and healing in our community after what happened this devastating weekend. I'm Emily Lampa, and this morning we are here for you. AM Buffalo is here. We are going to gather together the resources for healing and help you, especially with a level of understanding in the wake of what happened this weekend. It's rattled our community, and the great, amazing thing is stepping in with me right now is Renee Petties-Jones of NFJC of Western New York Incorporated. Renee, thank you so much for being with us and giving us the time this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. This is a very difficult time for our community, and I think these conversations that you've been sharing along with these resources are critical. So thank you for doing this.
Oh, we are so grateful to you. So let's start by talking about what a lot of folks are grappling with over the past several hours, days. Talking about racial healing. This is not a new conversation. This is something that we here in Buffalo have had on our own, not just with the country, but now the country is rallying behind us to have this conversation even more so. Tell us what we should be doing as a community to garner that healing.
As a community, this is going to be incredibly difficult. We know that we've got a lot of healing to do, and healing is not going to happen in the hours or the days or the weeks or the months. It will take time. It's going to be a matter of processing together, making sure that we listen to each other and uplift one another. What we've always talked about with the NFJC is that words matter and they carry consequences, both good and bad. And what we're feeling now are reactions, emotions, but we've got to find a way to unify and come together with a message of love, which we've been starting here. We've always had that message. We have to stay strong in that message. We have to understand our stories, understand the trauma that each of us are experiencing in various ways, and listen to each other.
I think you made a really great point, because a lot of folks are feeling very reactionary right now. It's so easy to see what you're seeing, to hear what you're hearing as new information comes out, because it's almost like the wound is being opened again every time we get a little bit of new information. And I think being able to listen is so important. So I'm glad you brought that up. But this is difficult. Like you were saying, it's so difficult for people to just listen and not immediately jump on social media and immediately say something. But can you speak to that? Can you speak to the world that we live in now and how we shouldn't immediately jump perhaps to that reactionary phase of being able to just say, I want to get what I want to say out there right now at this moment, how that can be detrimental in this moment of need for all of us right now?
You know, that's a great point, because one of the things that we try to emphasize is to give ourselves that moment of pause before you speak. Just take that moment to allow the rest of our brain to kind of kick in a way that is not reactionary. Because we all want to do this. I mean, it's just a human nature type of thing. You say something, you immediately want to fill up the space with words, or you have your own feelings and reactions, but you've got to stop and think. What will these words impact, and how will they resonate with those that are hearing them? And that includes on social media, because again, social media, you're anonymous. You're behind a computer screen. You can do and say things that can be very hurtful and have meaning and consequences. And we all need to check that before we speak.
And how are you making yourself available for the local community? I know the NFJC does wonderful things.
Yeah, the NFJC has been around, for quite some time, and we really do want to be here continually for the community. We are definitely looking to mobilize many community leaders together to come together to have a concise message. That's important, that we all find ways to unify our messages, because we all have feelings about this, and we can't deny those feelings, but we've got to work together to make some impact and some changes. Definitely reach out to us on our social media feeds. Make sure that you follow on our pages. We've got a lot of good information and ways that people can connect and have these substantive conversations that we're doing today.
That, I think, is key, Renee, more so than anything, is that when these devastating things happen in our local communities, and this one hits so close to home for all of us. It's an ability for us to all be able to talk to each other. So thank you so much, Renee, for being with us. Again, if you need to, reach out to the NFJC. They're a fantastic organization. Thank you so much for being with AM Buffalo this morning. This has been so needed, right?
It really has. And it was a beautiful, beautiful conversation. Thank you to Renee's Petties-Jones. And this is it. We're here to heal now. We're here to stand together
and it's not
and
going
spread love.
Right, and it's not going to happen overnight. But,
no, but
AM Buffalo is going to stand with you. We're going to be with you all this week and beyond to make sure that we get through this together.
Western New York, you are so beautiful and you are so loved. And so let's get through this. And we will continue to share the love and heal.